Have you ever been the talk of the town? I mean, the gossip, the buzz around the office, in the family, among your peers. In today's language is, the tea. Well, I have. I've been the talk of the town, the talk of the family, the talk in the office. My God, when I think about it, I've just been the talk of everything. And it started when I was young. Coming up to the age that I am today, I finally realized people always talked about me. They'll continue to talk about me until the day I die. And my hope is that even after I die, they still can't stop talking about me. Well, being the talk of the town, I know a lot of times is no fun. I've been on the negative side of things as well as the positive side of things. Nonetheless, being the talk of the town depends on how you look at it. It can be at a point where it's really no fun and it's negative. I remember being young, living my best life as a child, and then life interrupted the way that it did. But one thing that I do know, even while I was young, being in my teenage years, being the talk of the town, being in my adult life, being the talk of the town, and now my good and grown, oh God, half of the century talk about, it was good for me. It was good for me. It helped make me who I am today. So when we start talking about being the talk of the town, shoot, they talked about Jesus, did they not? And they still can't stop talking about him. Well, they may be talking about you or may have talked about you, the good, the bad, the in between. But look at you. You still got it going on and you're still here today. Whether you do things the way they want you to do it or you don't, they're going to talk about you. So why not give them something to talk about? Listen, let me put myself out there because I said I've been through so much stuff in my life. Listen, I can always talk about me on so many levels with so many discussions. Some negative, a lot negative. Let me be real about that. A lot negative and a lot of things true, positive. I was 20 with 3 children. I got married at the age of 21. Life happened. I come from a lot of different places and a lot of different things in my life that I just, at the time in my 20s, I hated my life. And I said, I shouldn't have had to go through some of the things that I went through. Nonetheless, it happened. And this is the same way with you. Things happen out of your control. Some within your control, like my mother said, and maybe your mother said too. If you make your bed hard, baby, you got a lie in that. My God, I did not understand what she was talking about until I got older. Maybe this will register for you. When you were in high school, did any of you have your teachers who told you, no, you trying to rush your life to grow up, babies? You better enjoy your life where you are right now. We teenagers, we in the 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. Shoot, we can't wait to be 18 and grow up and do what we want to do because we tired of dealing with our parents anyway. Yeah, my God. There was a wake-up call. Should I say I had a wake-up call at 16 because that was the first time that I became a mother at the age of 16 years old. Okay. So it was a wake-up call for me. But still, yet I had the audacity to say, I can't wait till I turn 18 to get good and grown. My God, I didn't realize by the time I turned 18, I was going to have another baby. And had to drop out of college at the same time. You can only imagine. Yep, they talked about me. They talked about me when they didn't understand I was pregnant and I was trying to hide that thing until I couldn't hide it any longer. So they talked about me when they could see that big old bump. And then when I had to have the baby for the first time, graduated high school, had my second child. 18 years old. Oh my God. So even the grown people who are 18 and even my peers who were fortunate enough to really go to college and stay in college, right? They too were talking about me. So you can only imagine the people around you, what they were saying and gossiping. So people talked about me. They talked about me when I was out there doing my thing, having my own business, running things in the business, feeling good about myself, feeling like, hey, I'm able to employ people, able to hire them. Oh God, that was in my 30s, right? Well, should I say, yeah, right before 30, I was able to do some stuff. My God, then life happened. Lost my husband to a black on black crime. Had to raise my 3 children alone. Thank God for my mother, my sister, and some people who wanted to help out. My God, but I'm telling you, they talked about me. You can't even imagine. Had the nerve to have my picture and his picture, my husband's picture on the front page. Read all about it. Yeah. The gossip in the town, the tea, if you will, was about me. Then to leave insult to injury, I decided, well, 7 years later, oh, what am I doing? I'm filling you in on me. I'm telling you about my tea. I'm helping you have some seats. And if you haven't got your tea, go ahead and make your tea while you're listening to me tell you all about a little bit about my life. Okay. Yeah, they talked about me. I didn't have many people who poured and encouraged me. Have you had those people who will encourage you on one side of their lip and then on the other side, they gossiping about what you just told them? Yeah. That was me. They talked about me to the point that I believed what they said. Now, that's the part right there, is believing what people are saying about you. I heard so much of the junk that they were saying about me until, my God, I began to believe the lie. I've had people to call my name different ways of saying my name to the point that I forgot how to pronounce my name. Listen, I'm just keeping a 100 with you. I understand this is about leadership. I want you to come in on my life and what I had to hurdle through to get to where I am today. So what am I saying? I am letting you know that people may have talked about you when you were younger, when you got older. And it's easy for us to feel as if we're living, dealing with the lies or the gossips or even the talk from our towns. One thing that I do know is you can not be at a point where you want to outrun the lie. You got to stop believing the lie and stop trying to outrun the lie. Because what happens is we believe what people say about us so much that we'll either try to outrun it and not become it, or we end up becoming it because we believed it. That's the part that gets us messed up. However, you have an opportunity to set your life up, it also falls on what you believe about yourself. So what you believe about yourself also spills over in the family you create. It spills over in the business. If you have a business that you create, it spills over in the workplace that you move in, and you have your employer and the peers and that arena. If you go to church and you become a leader in your church, it also spills over in that. So however you pull in the talk about you, whether it be the truth or it be the lie, whether it be the lie that they said and you believe it, or it be the lie that you believe about yourself, it spills over in conversations. It spills over in your business structures. It spills over in your day-to-day life. So no matter how you try to build your family structure, you build your business structure, or even ministry, anything, your brand, however you believe, your visions, your values, what you build your life on will spill over in that. So can you imagine being the talk of the town, being in media negatively, being among peers, feeling that pressure and everything that you had to go through, and you're living out lies, not even knowing how wonderful God created you to be. Because all you can do is think about your past failures. All you can do is think about what you should have done, but you didn't do, what you could have said, but you didn't say. You think about how people have summed you up in their minds, and you begin to believe what they have said about you as if you don't matter. Well, that was me. It spilled over into my home. It spilled over into marriage. It spilled over into business. It spilled over into ministry, to the point it didn't matter how far I had made it. I still believe the lies of yesterday. And even though those were many decades prior, to me, it still felt as if it was yesterday. Listen, they talked about Jesus. They talked about him before he was even born, and they tried to take him out. They tried to take him out not knowing when he was going to show up. So they killed many sons that didn't even belong to them. They killed many of them thinking that they were going to kill that word that was spoken, that prophecy was spoken. And then when he showed up, they still couldn't even recognize who he really was and what he was really meant to do. So why do you think people are not going to talk about you and what you were called to do, what you were meant to do? God put you here for a purpose. And it's something great, phenomenal, extraordinary, and amazing that he has placed on the inside of you. And it wasn't until God got my attention and I began to go on this fast and get myself together and take in that serenity prayer and accept the things that I had no control over, because I thought I had control over what people had to say about me. I thought I had control over how I could make somebody love me. I thought I had control over how I really was going to raise my family and really structure the business appropriately. What God began to help me to understand is, you got to build the foundation on him. And you got to build a foundation knowing if he called you to it, he's going to help you complete it. So I had to pull in Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I can do this. I can have a family and raise my children the way God would have me to raise them. And getting back to me, getting back to that place where I was broken. I was walking in misery. I was walking in doubt, and I tried to take myself out of here. Yes. Several times I did, because I believed the lies of what they said about me. I believed the talk of the town that was negative, and I was messed up on the inside to the point that I couldn't even see how much God loved me. I couldn't even see this phenomenal, amazing, extraordinary, great things that were on the inside of me, again, until he got my attention and I learned how to love me. So for me to get myself into a place to set the foundations of my life appropriately, I had to learn how to love me. And you may be saying, what does this have to do with leadership? It has everything to do with leadership, because if you do not do what you are supposed to do and be healed correctly, it's going to spill over into other places. It's going to spill over into your business. It's going to spill over into your marriages. And then you're going to wonder why things are not working the way you thought it should be working. So you got to set the foundation correctly. And you got to know, you got to get to a place where whatever is going on with you, that you allow yourself to heal from broken places. Broken crayons, as I was told, they still color. If you can still put it in your hand or rub it across your hand, that thing will still make a mark and it will still color. So no matter what is going on and has went on in your life, know that you got to set the foundation correctly, and it starts with you setting that foundation right. When you are healed and you become whole, then you don't have to worry about things spilling over negatively with other people, in other places, or in other things. Having the relationships wrong, doing the wrong things on the right days, and not having the results that you were hoping to have. So as we're coming to the end of 2025, this is a good time to really take a look at you. Take a look at what you were called to do, the purpose that is on the inside of you. And forget about the talk of the town, baby. They're going to talk about you anyway. But what we're talking about is giving them something for real to talk about. You know how you can be raised up from those places that you felt like you were torn down. You were battered, you were beaten, you were overlooked, you were underpaid. You may have been in places where you felt like you were underprivileged. I'm coming to let you know again that God has put something extraordinary, powerful, amazing, incredible, purposeful on the inside of you. So just like building a house, the foundation, you still got to set the foundation level appropriately for the house to be laid. Now, depending on how you want the house to look, that's different. But the foundation and doing the work, the core part of it has to be laid appropriately. And no matter what has happened in your past, that doesn't determine what you are able to accomplish today or even tomorrow. You got to heal from yesterday, and you got to forgive those people, and you got to let those things go. You got to forgive yourself for what you should have done, but you didn't do, what you should have said, but you didn't say, and vice versa. You got to learn how to love you, and then go back to the true foundation and ask God, how do you want me to build this house? How do you want me to build this business? Because when you think about it, any kind of talk of the town, when we're talking about towns, that town could be represented in your family. That town could be represented in the social circles, the ecosystems that you're coming through. That town could be set up with your business or your ministry, your brand. You got to go back to the source and ask him, how do I build this thing correctly? And then you go back to, yes, it's going to look bigger than what you feel like you can do. And you're going to ask God, God, show me how to do it. And you're going to pull in, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You're going to lay the vision, and you're going to write it and make it plain, because those dreams that you had today, those dreams you had yesterday, you're going to be able to go back and look, well, this is the vision that I had. Sometimes we do need to revisit those visions. Sometimes we do need to go back and look to see, what can I do to make it better? This is the reason why you have your reporting system in place, and you can look to see what you've done in the past and compare it to what you've done this year. And now that we're coming to the end of this part of the year, December 2025, how do you want your 2026 to look? What can you do that's better? And this is the time to reevaluate your vision, your mission, and pull in those core values. Sometimes you need to remember the why you got started in the first place. You know, those core values, how you believe what you believe, how you treat everyone, not just yourself in life, but how you treat people in your business, in your ministry, and those in passing. Again, there's a new year approaching. You're going to be the talk of the town. They talked about me. They still gonna talk about me, and guess what? I'm good with that. You're gonna have haters, non-participators, and celebrators, and it takes all of those to help be who you are. Don't be mad at them. Be mad at you if you don't get yourself in place and do what you need to do based on why you are here. Now, speaking of that, I want to let you know before I close out of this, you got a little tea about me. Now, let me tell you partly what I have to offer you. It's called the Fit Life Coaching Session. Fit Life Coaching Session. Focused, innovative training. People will always talk. They talk when you fail. They talk when you rise. They talk when you're broken. And they'll talk when you start becoming everything God destined you to be anyway. So if they're going to talk about you anyway, why not give them something transformational to talk about? Why not let the conversation shift to new, healed, focused, bold, unstoppable, the new version of you? Why not let 2026 be the year you become the talk of the town for real? Not for the pain you came out of, but the purpose you stepped into. The purpose you stepped into. We are transforming lives with focused, innovative training, activating purpose. God is using me out of my story to help equip leaders to impact the world. Why? Because I know my story is going to impact the world. And that is the heartbeat of Fit Life Coaching. This is not just another coaching program. This is where faith meets strategy, where the healing meets alignment, and where leadership meets legacy. It is built for people who know deep down, I'm called to do the more. And it's time to stop sitting on my potential. Can you say that? It's time to stop sitting on my potential. What is fit for? I'm so glad you asked me. Fit is for the person who feels stuck between where they've been and where they know God is trying to take them. It's only a try if you don't let them. It's for the person who knows that settling, it's been long enough. I got to stop doing it. You got to stop feeling like, if you're feeling that there's purpose in you and you being pulled to that, fit is for you. Fit is for you. When you think about the sense that you have, it's time to elevate, you're feeling like it's time, this is for you. Fit is for you if you want to lead, influence, build, and impact. Fit is for you if you want to heal for real, for real. Fit is for you if you want accountability, strategy, and soul level transformation. This is for destiny walkers. This is for legacy builders. This is for people who refuse to walk into 2026 carrying the same cycles, the same fears, and the same limitations. It's the heartbeat, the mission that God has blessed me to be able to build. Fit Life Academy exists to coach, mentor, train individuals to align their faith with strategy, heal from the limiting beliefs that they sabotage their progress, and become legacy-minded leaders in every arena of their lives that they touch. Because our vision is clear, to develop purpose-driven leaders who are mentally strong, spiritually aligned, and professionally equipped to influence generations and build legacy. This is not just coaching, this is transformation. And it's time for you to have your transformation. This is alignment for you. This is legacy building. And I am all about that. Speaking of talk of the town, that first baby that I had, my baby doll is what I call her, right? Since the time that she was young, she blessed me to become a grandmother. And guess what she called my grandson? Legacy. So I do it for him. I do it for my legacy. So if you've looked in the mirror and thought, I should be further, I need help focusing, I know I'm called to lead, but something keeps blocking me, I want to heal what they've never taught me how to handle, then Fit wasn't created for the masses. It was created for you. God is blessing me to heal one heart at a time, because healed people help heal people. You don't have to start new. You don't have to start at the point where you feel like you're empty. You don't have to walk into 2026 carrying the weight of 2025. You don't have to wait for things to change. You can start changing you. You deserve better. Say that out of your mouth. I deserve better. You deserve more. Now say it out of your mouth. I deserve more. And you deserve to step into the vision, or the version of you that God has called you to be going forward. Now, here's the freebie that I want to give you. Because I believe in you, because I built this from the ground up through fire, faith, and focus, You heard my story. You only heard that little dot in that big old circle, but you still heard it. And I understand you. And because I want you to feel the power of true coaching, I am gifting you something I've never offered publicly. One free 60-minute Fit Life coaching session. You heard it. One 60-minute free Fit Life coaching session. We ain't going to hold nothing back. There's no cost for you. There's no catch to this. There's no sliding scale, just you and transformation, just you and the hour that you need to shift your entire year. And of course, if you want more, I'm here for it. But listen, you must act now to lock it in for 2026. So when this closes, it closes. So this is how you claim it. Email info@brandnewmetribe.me. I'm going to say that one more time. Email info@brandnewmetribe.me. Put in the subject line, free coaching, or visit brandnewmetribe.me and register for your free 60-minute session. One decision today can open the door for the best version of you tomorrow. I became the talk of the town, not because of the obstacles I faced, but because I fought through them. I said I will not be a statistic. When I became a widow, looking at my 3 children, husband buried, not knowing what I was going to do, I just knew. I looked at my baby's true story. I looked at my babies and I said, you will not be a statistic. I looked at them and said, you deserve a fighting chance. And that's what I'm saying to you today. You deserve a fighting chance, even through the fear, through faith, and through the many battles I had to fight. I built this anyway because of God. He healed me and rose me and raised me up in spite of. And now I'm reaching for you. 2025 may be ending, but your transformation is just the beginning. Let the new year reveal a new you, and let the world talk. Let them talk. Let them talk. Because this time they'll understand you're about to give them something to talk about. I love that. You're about to give them something to talk about. Focus, innovative transformation. This is you. This is you. And this should be your time. This should be your turn if you believe it. And if you believe it, act now. Email info@brandnewmetribe.me. Because, baby, this year, 2026, be the talk of the town and be okay with it. Peace and blessings.